Learning how to teach a technique can be just as difficult as learning the technique itself. I had someone write in asking for some tips, and I'm going to give them to you about how to be a better instructor. Guys, my name is Bill Jones. I'm the head instructor of top-level martial arts in beautiful downtown Cuyahoga Falls. I'm a black belt under Master Pedro Sauer, and you're watching Professor's Corner. So the first thing I want to get into is to congratulate the winner of our gi giveaway contest. Last month, for the month of December, it was David Sanchez. All you have to do is go to the back end of the channel, go to the About page, and there's instructions on how to get your gi. So you're just going to send me an email, we're going to verify it a little bit, and that'll be that. And I'll get it to you, so congratulations, I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to let us know how you like it. So, teaching. Let's look at the exact question. The question comes from Duke and Daisy 1 Duke. Wonder if you had any tips on helping new students become better teacher assistants. Thanks, roller/white belt from Chicago. Great video as always. Happy holidays and peace. So thanks for writing in. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I have some tips. Okay, the first thing is, like, as a white belt, especially if you're a newer white belt, the best thing you can do as an assistant or to be helpful is just do what the instructor says. Don't try to add anything or take anything away. Just learn the techniques and be a good partner. Be compliant when you're supposed to be compliant. Don't try to win the drill, so to speak. Like, a lot of times, I see people like just trying to learn a move and learn the body mechanics, and the other person's like resisting. Like, that's not helpful in any way. There's no way you're going to learn the move that way. So it's important to learn the basic body mechanics first. There's always 3 levels to that. The first one is, can I do the mechanics without the person on me, or like without having a person on top of me? Can I do my mount escape? Can I do the UPA, the mechanic of a bridge and roll? The second one would be, can I do it with a compliant partner? And then only after that, and I would actually add like a fourth, a middle ground, can I do it with a semi-compliant partner, meaning they're not giving me 100%, and then can I do it with someone who's 100% resistant? And only then should you probably be teaching the technique. So as a white belt, that's the first thing I would say, is just learn the material, and that's number 1 on my list, is know the material you're going to teach. I see too many people try to teach things that they don't really know, and it's not only going to be ineffective as an instructor, but probably dangerous for the person that you're teaching, because you could end up teaching them some poor mechanics that will get them injured. So be real careful about that. So number 1, know the material. Number 2, stick to what you actually do. So if you're going to teach a technique or a move or a series, especially at the beginning, make sure it's a series that you actually use. Don't just say, oh wow, this looked cool on YouTube, so that's the move I'm going to teach today. You don't know it well enough, and you haven't drilled it, so it's going to be really hard to teach that effectively, right? Especially when people start saying, hey, what if the opponent does this in the middle of the move? What if they do that? You're not going to have those answers, and those questions are definitely going to come. So stick to materials and mechanics that you know. As you get better, you'll absorb those quicker, and you'll be able to, YouTube it and see it and apply it within a short period of time a little easier. But for the most part, just stick to what you know. All right, so the next part and the third tip I have for you is to plan what you want to teach. Every detail from start to finish. If I'm going to talk about an arm bar, I'm going to talk about context of why we're there, what position we're in. I may even show a transition to the position that we're doing it from first, because context is important. You're going to want to show the detail, or plan the details that you want to make sure everybody in the class gets. And as an instructor, I understand that if I teach a technique at a certain level of detail, a white belt might not get it. So sometimes I'll teach it at a base level of detail first, and then keep coming back and adding layer after layer after layer, so that even the black belts in my class can get information out of it and feel like, oh wow, we just worked a basic armbar, but I still learned something too. But you've probably heard the old adage that failing to plan is planning to fail. That's true. You should have a class plan for at least a month out. And my recommendation is that if you're an academy instructor, start working on a rotating curriculum of some sort, so that you have that plan over and over and over again. You know how often someone's going to see a specific technique, so you know what level of detail you need to put into it each time. So that's the third tip, is planning. And the fourth tip is understanding that being able to execute a technique is not the same as being able to teach it. And I'll also add in there that teaching and coaching are two different things. One of my pet peeves is when everybody who teaches is called coach. I don't think that's an accurate thing. Coaches are not teachers. So I'll get to that in a minute. But the first thing is understanding that teaching is the ability to transmit knowledge from one person to another, and to do that in a way that's efficient and effective. So there's a whole art around learning. So you're going to need, I recommend getting books and reading books on learning methods, the way people understand things, the way people absorb information, and kind of become a student of the art of teaching. So it's a second art altogether. That's why you see a lot of world champion level black belts who don't teach very well. And they don't teach at all, some of them. They just don't do it because they know that they're not good at it. They can execute all day long. They don't necessarily have the ability to teach. And that, like there's that old adage that, those who can't do, teach. And I don't think that's fair, because there's a lot of, let's look at professional sports. There are a lot of professional sports coaches who have never played professional whatever it is they're coaching. But they're very good coaches. Bill Belichick's a great example, coach of the New England Patriots. He is arguably one of the best coaches to ever live. He did not play professional ball. So being able to do and being able to teach are two different skills, and especially being able to coach. So let's talk about coaching. Coaching and teaching, two different things. Teaching is my ability to take the information and give it to you, and you can use it. Coaching is the ability to bring out your best. It's to bring out peak performance in a student or athlete or whatever. So those are two different things. It's somewhat motivational, somewhat psychological. So my recommendation is, if you want to get into teaching and coaching, start reading up on learning methods, coaching methods, and understanding how people are motivated, and understanding how to get the best out of people. And those two subjects will make you a very good instructor. But don't just go into it thinking, oh, I know these moves, therefore I can teach. That's simply not true. In fact, I have blue belt and purple belt instructors in my academy who teach even when brown belts and other purple belts are in the academy, because they've gone through the instructor training course that I put together, and they understand better how to teach. So that's my opinion. Those are some real quick high-level tips that I'm going to give you. But do a Google search, search Amazon. There's a lot of good books on learning styles, and teaching manuals. Read a lot of it. Take what you find to be most effective and that works for your style, and go with it. So that's what I have for you today, guys. Again, we always are doing the gi giveaway, so make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and you will be entered in the gi giveaway contest for the month of January. Again, congratulations to Daniel Sanchez, who won the gi this month. Make sure you go to the about section of my page, and the instructions on how to get your gi are there. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Talk to you later.